Hi everyone, my name is Christine and thank you for stopping by my channel. I just want to let you know that this is my very first video and I'm so excited to share my knowledge about alcoholism and my journey to sobriety. So the first thing I want to talk about in this video is going to be the overall purpose of this channel. The second thing is going to be some terms to kind of clarify what is exactly considered an alcoholic, as well as some additional terms that could be useful. And third is my story, my background, and kind of what led me to where I am today. So if that interests you, definitely keep watching. Also subscribe below and check out my future videos. All right, awesome. So why? Why this channel? Why am I putting videos up? Why am I putting my face on the camera? So one, the most important thing is to create a safe space for people that are on their journey to sobriety and might be struggling, or they want to share their voice and provide a place for their voice too. But I also want those that might be considering the idea that they have a problem to share it, to discuss with me, what would be the red flags, or what can I do to keep myself from becoming a full, alcoholic. So I definitely want this to be a safe space. Please comment below. Please email me, stillsoberct@gmail.com. Talk to me. I'm there for you. I was lucky to have people in my life that helped me along this process, but that's not the case for everybody. And it hurts me to see that, because all it takes is just a couple things to get the wheels turning, and get you down that road to sobriety. Okay. I also hope that people that might know people with issues or possibly have problems with alcoholism, I want them to be able to go to this channel and hear what it's like from an alcoholic's viewpoint, but also get some clarification on, what constitutes as alcoholic. Maybe they're just socially drinking, and kind of get a better idea of the situation. And then, so second, I really want to focus on the misconceptions of alcoholism and what makes an alcoholic. So I want to first give the dictionary definition for alcoholism, and then some very important terms that I wish I had known before are heavy drinking and binge drinking. So heavy drinking and binge drinking, if you kind of fall into those definitions, I personally wouldn't say that you're an alcoholic. It's just something to consider maybe before you get to that point. It depends on how often those things are happening and to what excess. So, all right, alcoholism. Alcoholism, by dictionary definition, is a chronic disorder characterized by dependence of alcohol, repeated excessive use of alcoholic beverages, the development of withdrawal symptoms on reducing or ceasing intake, morbidity that may include cirrhosis of the liver, and decreased ability to function socially and vocationally. Okay, so the latter half of that definition very much focuses on the extreme cases of alcoholism. So, those people you see in movies are waking up with a can of beer in their hand, or, literally drinking throughout the whole day. That's focusing on the alcoholics that are literally stumbling in the road or can't function to go grocery shopping. Yes, those are very much alcoholics. But there's a varying degree of alcoholic here. So if you haven't heard the term functioning alcoholic, I want to kind of explain that a little in detail. Okay, so that could very honestly be a person that's just binge drinking or heavy drinking, which I'll clarify in a second, on a routine basis, but can wake up, go to work, can wake up, go to the gym, can socialize normally with or without alcohol, but they have those moments where there's an excessive use of alcohol, right? A withdrawal of alcohol and cravings of alcohol when you take it out of your life. Those are things that I feel like are going unlooked, because if you think about it socially, Alcohol is so accepted. It's so accepted to have a drink with dinner. If you don't have a drink with dinner, you're kind of like the weird one, right? If you don't go to happy hour after work with your coworkers, you're kind of the weird one. Alcohol is very prevalent in our society. I mean, and probably everywhere, but I'm going to focus on the US here. In society, and alcohol is accepted everywhere. But at the end of the day, alcohol is still a drug. Okay? Alcohol is a drug. So whether you have 1 or 10 drinks, right? You're consuming a drug, and there's going to be a physical effect on your body. The mention of cirrhosis of the liver, right? Obviously, if you're an alcoholic, that's going to speed up that process, right? If you occasionally drink 1 or 2 every other month, there's going to be an effect on your liver, but it's not going to be as exaggerated. Okay, so back to heavy drinking and binge drinking. So heavy drinking is, men under the age of 65, that's you consuming 4 or more drinks in a day, or 14 or more drinks in a week. For women age 65 and younger, that drops down to 3 or more drinks in a day, and then 7 or more drinks in a week. Okay. So if you're consuming beverages of alcoholic content to that extreme, or to those numbers, you are technically heavy drinking. Okay. Heavy drinking on occasion, might not be bad, right? But you've got to think of the ultimate effect it's going to have on your body. Okay. So this is where the functioning alcoholic comes in. We don't think too much about heavy drinking because you're still doing your job. You're still interacting with people. You're still functioning normal. Okay. In combination to heavy drinking, you have the concept of binge drinking. Okay. So binge drinking for men is in the span of 2 hours, you're having 5 or more drinks. For women, that's 4 or more drinks. So if you're thinking back as to the last party you went to a couple weekends ago, or maybe yesterday, whenever it was, if you had like 8 drinks in 2 hours, you're definitely binge drinking. Okay. At the minimum for women, it's 4 or more, men is 5 or more. So like I said, if you heavy drink or binge drink, not necessarily a sign that you're an alcoholic. Okay. It's just more of, okay, let me reevaluate how often am I binge drinking or heavy drinking. If you're heavy drinking every day, I think we should probably chat, have a conversation, and see, why are we doing that? If you're binge drinking every week, could be just one day, but every week, how often, how frequently is on a person by person basis. But at the end of the day, if you're consuming alcohol, you're physically doing something to your body. Okay. So I think those terms and clarifying some of these definitions here is very important. At the very least, what I want people to do with those is just have a better understanding of that line between what's okay and then having a problem. So just, reevaluate your consumption if you kind of fall into any of those definitions. And then hopefully, you scale back just at least to prevent the extremes. The DUIs, hurting somebody, hurting yourself, or physically to your body, shortening your lifespan in any way. So now the good stuff. So my story. I'm going to say my story and my situation is very, very lucky, very uncommon. I was pretty much given another shot at life. So it was very normal for me when I was drinking to go out during the work week, happy hour with friends or coworkers, and then definitely go downtown during the weekend. That was Friday and or Saturday. Okay. My first stint of college, my drinking was Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesday through Sunday. That would be anywhere from a drink to heavy drinking. Well past the 3 drinks per day definition or cutoff. But then when I moved down to Florida, that pulled back. So my drinking at that point was maybe once during the week, but definitely Friday and or Saturday. So this particular day was a Wednesday. I was meeting with my friend for Wine Down Wednesday because wine was my drink. Wine was my drink. And we definitely had like a small appetizer. But if you take away the idea of food, right, whether I ate or not, the amount I ended up drinking that night was definitely heavy drinking, borderline binge drinking. I think we ended up drinking for we'll say 5 hours. Okay, that's probably longer than we were, but we'll say 5 hours. In that span of 5 hours, I had 6 full glasses of wine, okay, and 2 shots. So how you're supposed to drink wine, if your glass is like this, the wine should fill up probably a little bit below the half mark. Yeah, my glasses were 100% full. So I had 6 very full glasses of wine, followed by 2 shots. I don't remember anything from taking that second shot to where I was in some random neighborhood throwing up outside of my car. So that whole empty space, apparently I paid for my bill. I made sure my friend got home safe. I got in my car and I drove down the street and pulled myself over. I have no idea. Don't remember anything. Completely black. Not even glimpses of me driving, me opening the door, anything. Totally empty. Somehow, in my blackness of coherentness, I realized I was definitely not in a state to drive, pulled off into some side street, and opened my car door to throw up. So I'm in a private neighborhood. People are noticing that there's this random car and some person throwing up outside of the door. They called the cops, and before I know it, I have a sheriff in my face. Hopefully I didn't throw up on him, trying to figure out what's going on. At that time, I had the person I was with on the phone, on speaker, in my cup holder, and somehow the cop and that person were talking. Essentially, thank you to whoever it was that found me, gave that person an opportunity to come and get me. If that person came and got me, the sheriff would not take me in. He would not arrest me. He would not charge me with a DUI. He would do nothing. I have no idea what I did in this world to deserve this chance. So if this somehow gets to that sheriff, if he even remembers my face, I just want to say thank you. Like, thank you so much because you gave me a chance. Obviously, if he didn't, I'd get charged with a DUI, which would have pretty much ruined my career. Be very, very bad and in a very bad place. I'd also be financially in a very bad place because lawyers, court, whatever would entail with a DUI that costs several thousand would have happened. Along with probably losing a lot of people in my life. So I did not take this opportunity for granted. I was given many small chances before and I ignored them. I had very often driven home from downtown drunk. Muscle memory got me home. I had very often blacked out in the night, missing chunks of what happened. Throwing up was not unusual. It didn't happen every time, but it happened more than it should have. So I definitely ignored those kind of wake-up calls, and this was the last time. This was the last wake-up call that I'm pretty sure I would have ever gotten, but was going to give myself. So that next morning is when I decided to be sober. So that was September 15th, 2016. So today is March 21st, 2020. So that's almost 4 years sober for me. And it's been hard, but totally worth it. I'm going to say that if I kept drinking, I would have unfortunately hurt myself or somebody, gone to jail, gotten a DUI. It would have been bad. So over the next videos that I'm going to post, I'm going to go talk about my journey being sober, what's made it hard, and share that with you. But even with all of those hard moments, this is the best decision of my life. I am so much happier. I am so much more energetic. My bank account is so much better. I'm not wasting money on drinks that I really don't need. And the relationships I have with the people that are in my life now are so much stronger. So that's my story. I'm not going to blab anymore. But, if you are considering that you might have a problem with alcohol, there's nothing wrong with it. It took me this almost 4 years to be vocal about my alcoholism. I'm not gonna lie, I was ashamed. Like I said, people think alcoholics are those extreme, can't function, drinking 24/7. So I kind of thought, like, every time I said that I was an alcoholic, people would instantly judge me. People just don't know about alcoholism. So unfortunately, do judge me for it, but it's not something that I should be ashamed of. And unfortunately, it took this long for me to realize that. So, if you are sober, if you are trying to become sober, or you think you want to be sober, just do it. Do it for you. Don't care about what these other people think. At the end of the day, you have you, right? You're in control of you. So, anyways, if you want to reach out to me, please comment, please email. Again, my email is still soberct at gmail.com. And just let me know. So obviously, I am open to suggestions. If there's topics you want me to talk about or go over, you need more clarification on, comment, ask the questions, tell me the topics, and you'll see those in future videos. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great day and see you later. Bye.